Here's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your demon, never leaving. I'm made of soul, of rage and fear. That one thing that changed it all. That one thing that caused the fall. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Say what you had to say, but a thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. And until my duty, I know. Somehow I find a way, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. And until my duty will never fade away. Will never fade away. Will never fade away.
G'day, g'day. Hope you guys are all having a good one. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm just waiting for some, I'm just adjusting the audio levels. I'm just waiting for my friends to hop on before I do any Hogwarts content. So until then, I'm mostly just going to be chilling, maybe working a couple things, you know, doing a bit of modeling, adjustments, these sorts of things. So you can expect that from me until then. But yeah, so for now, though, I'm just going to be working on some probably modeling and stuff. Some assets for one of my assessments, which needs getting done. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because I want to finish one of the assessments by this weekend, really. This means that I got the whole rest of the week if anything changes or I got to make any adjustments. And then I got another assessment that's really due at the end of next week as well, but we have a bit of leeway because teacher's just like, wow, I'm not going to check it for a bit, so if you hand it in late, I don't really care. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I'm probably going to aim to get that in mostly when it's due. Maybe a couple days late, if anything, because it's one of those things of it's like a balancing act. I do just want to get them done, but then at the same time, like, I don't want to, like, miss something or, like, you know what I mean, impact one of my other assessments that's due, just so I can get that one in when it's not even really, you know what I mean, like, we're given a bit of an extension, so one of those things. But yeah, that's pretty much what's up. So yeah, Hogwarts after, and yeah, I guess I'll run you guys through what I was working on today. Let me switch screens. This is what I've been working on here. I've been, for those of you guys who may not have seen, I've been working on a cannon, really. So this is a cannon that I've been working on. Coming together. What's the poly count out of interest? Reasonably high poly. 17,000 tries. Surprisingly more... No, that makes sense. More verts than tries. That makes sense. But yeah. So it's all coming together. Pretty happy with where it is. Honestly, I think I've done a really good job with it. There's a portfolio piece. This will go into my portfolio. I've made some adjustments today, so running you guys through some adjustments I made for those of you guys have seen it last time. Well, I mean, there's probably other changes since then as well, but some adjustments to the cannon. It also looked a little wonky, so I sort of made some adjustments which technically are less true life, but it makes it look less wonky. But yeah, the barrel has just got a bit more detail to it. Something like this, we got a bit of a interesting bevel going on there. Maybe I can show this. To sort of see what's going on here. What else have I done? I beveled the bottom of this because it wasn't beveled. Which I thought needed to. What else? I mean, I've made some adjustments. Everything's named, so I did combine it just for the marmoset. But everything's been combined. Everything's been named. Nice. I remade the rope completely, so it looks so much better now. And it's not like there's still a little bit of like merging into each other, but I think that's kind of fine. It's a very small point, and it looks so much better. Like these edges look so nice and like smooth and wrapped. I don't know how I'm gonna UV it, but very nice. Like if I remove the wireframe, you know what I mean? Like it looks, you know what I mean? Like it looks perfect, really. And then I spent quite a bit of time working on optimizing. So as you can see, there's like not many edges. I still have a couple edges because I think it's kind of important just in case the shape. But I've removed it. So those are just about like 1,000 tries itself. Plenty of fine. So there are some things that are like reasonably high poly, but I think for a portfolio piece, it's fine to have some high poliness. So yeah. Some areas that could be improved. I could probably reduce some of the polys here. But then again, I don't really want to do too much. Oh yeah, I made some adjustments to the spokes, so it's like almost a bit square there. Then it's like cylindrical there. Kind of cool. Before these were just cylinders. Yeah, lots of adjustments to all these. I don't know if I got any pictures of where we were sitting before. That's kind of margin, which is something that is a little concerning. Oh, but it's kind of fine. I have to look into that. I might make some adjustments so it doesn't merge in so much. Let's see. But yeah, base model is done. See if I can show. This was on Thursday. Must have been last Thursday, so this was a week ago. Was where we were sitting, so you can see quite a lot of adjustments have been made. Like the barrel's got a lot less detail. You know, no hard edges there. Barrel, yeah, it looks sort of wonky. I think this is a focal length kind of thing, but not so hard. This is less ground, it's quite harsh there. This was beveled, but you know what I mean? I made some adjustments to it. But yeah, this is kind of what we were working with before. These were the round spokes. So hopefully you guys can agree that this looks a lot better. It's nice bevels now. A lot more bevel. Should look at make it all look a lot smoother and stuff. There's some adjustments. I can probably reduce the poly count in here or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. I did a turntable, of course. Yeah, I think that's pretty fine. Like, here's the thing. I could add more detail and these sorts of things, but I kind of just need to get it done, you know what I mean? Cool it somewhere. And so I'm pretty happy with the amount of detail here. And I think once I start texturing everything, just gonna like, you know what I mean? Just add all that more. So yeah. So I worked on a new trim sheet and these sorts of things. So probably some more stuff that I can do for this. This was my new trim sheet that I did. In terms of what I gotta do, finished a wooden horse. Done. Stone blocks. Chest. Done. Done. We got a quenching drum, that's what I was looking at. So, of what I gotta do left, I got a wooden shelf. And a tong. And a quenching drum, which is easy. Then maybe I work on this weekend something a bit bigger. For another assessment. So, in terms of references for quenching drums, sort of like that, I'm thinking of doing like a barrel. A wooden horse that I did. Oh. Could do like a sack. Animation. Like this, I just don't want to do. Anything is getting liquid. The liquid side of things, I'm going to have to make a separate texture for. Alright, I might need to go and grab it like a lozenge or something. Excuse first, my throat is like super uncomfortable right now. But like a here. Hey Sammy, how you doing? Yeah, first. You are first. Did you change your profile picture, or is it just not loading for me? I'm doing alright, thank you. I was just showing off, I'll quickly bring it back up again. Just showing off the what I was working on earlier today. It's quite late here in New Zealand. Real. There you go. And that I've been working on. I didn't do all of this today, but it's something that I've been working on for a couple weeks for an assessment. And so this is the finalized state before I start doing some actual high poly version and then start getting onto UVing and texturing and baking and these sorts of things. So yeah, little cannon. But right now I'm working on another assessment. The other assessment that's due next week before our holiday. I got a wind shelf to do. When you finish that, are you gonna color? So I'm not too sure if you know too much about like the 3D workflow, like 3D models and stuff. So, but if you do happen to know, I'll see if I can run this through if you don't. Basically what you end up doing is you make the mesh, which is like the model itself, which is what I've done. And then often you'll do something called a high poly. So that's what I generally classify as a medium poly. And a high poly is like, let me see if I can give an example. Your high poly is like your high resolution. I really should have saved that. Your high resolution. So stuff like this. We got like these little dents and stuff from like bullet holes and stuff. I'm going to add like these sorts of bullet holes. And I'll smooth everything to make it like super duper smooth. So if I were to give an example of that. I don't think this is going to look great because I haven't, a lot of computer stuff. Yeah, fear. It's pretty cool and fun. Here we go. Oops. I don't know what's going to be going to... Here, if I did this. There's a little bit into what I'm going to be doing. Oops. I'm going to be adding these lines and stuff to everything. These are what we call holding edges. And so when I do some... Yeah, rounding, exactly. Easiest way to put it, probably. I'll give an example. Once I'm done doing all this. Alright, so... An issue that you're going to see how like you can sort of see the edges? So when I'm doing like baking and stuff, which is like it's like taking lots of details and it's like doing it into something that's optimized. So this is optimized. But then what I can do is see this. I've like rounded it effectively. So I still, you know what I mean? Like you don't see the edges. So this is unoptimized, but it looks very, very clean. So optimized, this is for games. And this is for like films and stuff. High quality. Games. Films and stuff, yeah. So I'm going to do that, but for like every single thing here. And then that means that when I go and I do all this stuff called like banking and whatnot, means I can get a really good result. Looks very, very good. And I can get some really cool details. So that's effectively what I'm going to be doing. Oh yeah, anyway, sorry. So, as I was saying, you do your base. Yeah, exactly. And that's when it starts looking real, real clean. If you want to get like a real, like, crisp picture of your thing, that's where you get the real cool results. So, that's what I got on to next. So, you do your base. This is my workflow. Some people do different workflows, but I do my base. Then I do my high, which is like getting all those stuff. I won't overcomplicate what all the terms are. Then I do UVing and stuff. And so that's kind of like taking a 3D model and then making it 2-dimensional. So what this looks like is if I go to, for example, this wicker basket that I made. And it loads. There we go. So I got these wicker baskets. And so it's taking a 3D object and then turning it into a 2D object. And then you can sort of see it allows me to get these checkerboards. So I got some warpage, but it's kind of fine. Better to have the warpage than have a bunch of, like, I don't know. This is like a, not a math game, but sort of like a, what do you call it? It's an optimization game. You want to have as little things of these as possible while retaining as much smoothness and quality as possible. So that's good. These are now, you can sort of see here if I go like this. So this is a 2D object, but what I've done is I've added a cut in here. So it's like, think of like, you know, like paper objects that you can make, like a paper cube. Then you add like cuts to the paper. Then you can like turn it into like a piece of paper. That's what this is. This is what 3D objects do. And then from there, you can go, that's what I'm going to be doing after the next process. So that's after I do the high poly. Then this takes you to the final step. And this is, once you got everything into 2D space, you can now add like details and textures and stuff. So I got 3 different wicker baskets that I made for our game that we're working on. Nice and grungy and dirty because these are like very, very old. But yeah, you can see. And I got some variety in the types. So we got this kind, like it's like a herringbone. This one's more like a herringbone. This is more like a, I don't know what you'd call this, like zigzags almost. And yeah, pretty cool. I learned a bit of it in primary school because we used a website on the Macs that we designed our own multifunctional device. Obviously, it was not a complicated website. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, pretty cool. Then it gets, there's some stuff like everybody has what they enjoy doing and some things that they don't like doing. I'm pretty happy with the whole process. High poly can sometimes get a little bit frustrating, but I do like the texturing side, I like the modeling side, I like the UVing side. UVing is pretty fun. UVing was the last thing I showed, making things a 2D object. It's like a puzzle. That's what I look at it like. Some people hate it because they don't understand it, which is fine, but it's like a puzzle. So you're just like, how can I add these things? You know what I mean? Like, how do I go and approach this? If you do it good, see how everything just like warps around? That's fine. The closer you look, you'll find some errors. So you'll see, you can see a line here. Yeah, that's fair. So you can see some stuff here, but this is the only cut you'll see here. The rest of them are fine. And that's why you want to make it as clean as possible. And then from this distance, you don't even see it. So that's why it's, you know, about doing it good. You can sort of see one here as well. A little bit of an insider, but from player's distance, you don't see it. Because I've optimized it. Comp sci is pretty cool though. I never did comp sci. I don't like programming. I think comp sci can be good. There's a lot of game developers that have taken comp sci. It depends on what side of game development you want to do, right? If you like programming, comp sci can be good. You still learn things like, you know, probably like JavaScript. You learn probably C or C++. Among some other things, Python. You can make some games in Python. So, you know, if you do comp sci, you can still learn how to program games through that. Some comp sci courses might let you make games in them. I don't know. But of course, it's not focused. Games isn't Roblox Studio doing coding, so yeah. But then you've got, I mean, there's so many aspects to games. Like, you can split games into like 3 main sections. You've got the 3 main sections really are programming, programmers, you know, the people that make the code, the backbones, the backbones to the game. You got the artist. I'm an artist. I study art, stuff like that, and we make the visual side of things, what you guys can see when you play the games. And then you got the you know, the game developers, or like the dialogue people, these sorts of people. Now, being a game developer or like a dialogue person, those you can't really study for. If you like, you could probably take learn writing and these sorts of things. And if you're a good writer and maybe you got like a degree in writing and these sorts of things, maybe you'd get hired. But generally, you don't really see that too much being a thing. Yeah, effectively, yeah. And then game developer, it's not usually like you don't get hired as a game developer, really. It's like somebody who was generally in the game, and then like there are occasions, but it's like it's very hard to hire somebody as a game developer for a game if they don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's a hard thing. You sort of have to know the game to become a game developer, really. But that's like you know, how fast should the reloads be? How many bullets in a magazine? You know, if you're doing that, or like how fast the player is. You know what I mean? These sorts of things. Where's the testers? No testers. Testers are like, some people would say they're part of the game developer thing. I would say like, what would I call it? I don't know what a good example would be, honestly. It's like, I don't know. It's like saying, if we're talking about sports and then somebody mentions dance, I think in some respects I would classify dance as like a sport, you know what I mean? But then in some other instances I wouldn't classify dance as a sport, right? It's not like a, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's sort of like that. The playtester, they're not like developing the game. They don't have the input of actually making the game. However, they dictate, you know, whether, like, yeah, it is, you're not a consumer, but you're also not like the person making the game, right? You do dictate stuff, like, you know, if you find a bug, you know, yada yada. If you think, oh, this feels like really bad, really poo, I think that you should change it this way, then, you know, you're still dictating those sorts of things, but you're not like a, you know what I mean? Like, you're not a game developer per se. And then of course you got the outside of things. But then that's like super bare bones. You got like the designers, the dialogue people on one side, you got the programmers, and you got the artists like me. And then it's like super stripped back. There's like so many branches. It's like a tree, right? Of artists, there's like 3D prop art. That's what I do. I make props. You got environment, you got characters, you got texture artists, you got VFX, you got technical artists, you got creature artists, guns. Some people just make weapons and guns. There's a lot of different roles. And then of things you can have subs. So like, as I mentioned, like, you could be a prop artist, but then your specialty could be like armor or like weapons, stuff like that. Generally, you just hide for props, but there are occasions where if you're really good at what you do and you have a specialty, people will hire you for that specialty. But it's kind of complex, but it's kind of interesting. Doing dialogue in a Roblox game called Piggy in its build. More is so hard for you because you have to have the camera of the cutscene the right way, yeah. I don't like doing cutscenes, to be honest. I would say, honestly, the one thing I've probably never done is cutscenes for any of our games. I have never really learned how to do cutscenes. Never been taught. but maybe it's worth doing. It's probably worth learning before I leave at some point, but it wouldn't really be my role, you know what I mean? But cutscenes are a bit of a pain. I might have done it once. I remember we were like getting taught it once in class, and I just feel like I wasn't paying attention in that class. Not really by choice. I just remember it would have been at the start of this year, and I was hyper fixated on my own thing that I was working on. And so I didn't really pay too much attention to some of those classes where I'm like, okay, I just need to get my thing finished. I'm not paying attention because I just need to get my thing finished. It was, I was working on this. Hold on. This was when I was working on this. I didn't model this as, we're doing, level design, so I was just placing assets and stuff like that. So need to make a level. So yeah. And I just didn't pay attention to that class because I was like, fuck dude, I got more important things to focus on. It's worth it. I got a really good grade, but you know what I mean. I can't remember. I think I got like a 90 or something. Somewhere around like a 90 or 95 or something like that. 95%. Hello? That was weird. I was just loading up my thing and it like just cooked my computer for a second. That was weird. Oh, this is gonna be cool. I have it like a see-through, so I can like shove this onto my OBS and it makes it a lot easier. Be able to see what I'm working on. I can read all your messages and stuff. Usually I have to shove it there, and I just don't really like looking over there. It's easy to look here because it's a much smaller screen. A bit more comfortable, so I don't like leaning over my mouse. I need to work on a quenching drum, which I want to make out of a barrel. Maybe like this. This is like sort of like a quenching drum. The little barrel. And then you got a liquid in the inside, and I don't really know what I'm going to do for the liquid, but yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make it out of. So I got two ways that I can do it, right? Here's my thoughts. I could make it out of like the barrel out of this. Something that I can do. It's like, for example, this isn't it, but I can always make it smaller, bring this in, these sorts of things. This isn't it, but I'm just speed running example. Okay, there we go. That's fine, whatever. And then what I can do here is grab all these. Maybe I go like this. It's like a barrel, yeah. It's not a great barrel, but kind of annoying that I can't click. This is like a super quick one. So there's this approach. Maybe I grab that as well. Do this, go to bevel. And then I add a segment in the inside. And then I want to do here. Grab these. Might be easier from here. Oh, I can probably do it here easier. See what we're doing. So there's this approach. It's about choosing what's the best. Then something that I can do here. Let's grab the down this. So I just ignore this because this is just an example. I can go like this. Maybe I've done this bad actually. Oops. I'm trying to think. Oh, actually no. I think I can do it. Maybe this way works. It's about some. Yeah. Okay, well I don't really want to spend a long time on it, but we'll see. I go like this. See what I'm referring to here. I'm just grabbing these edges. I should have done an example with a lot less, because I feel like I'm just wasting so much time right now. You can sort of see now. Then if I go like this. Well, first let me just quickly grab this. Bring that up, so we're not dealing with that. So what's the game name? Hogwarts? We will be playing some Hogwarts later. What am I doing? Who cares? Grab that up for now. I know there's issues there. And then if I went like this. See. So we got this option, and as you can see here, now it's like a bunch of like wooden planks. Sort of see the barrel take shape, then you can always go like this. Oops. No, I don't know Garden of Banban. If it's a Roblox thing, I don't know Roblox. I don't play Roblox. There's this option, or I could do it the hard way, which is going to give me a much better result. But there we go. There we go. So there's like a nice barrel there. But you do lose a little bit of detail. So it's whatever's worth. So because they do Roblox RP, but it's on Steam. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Garden. Garden. Right. Like a horror game. Why do they have so many things? That's crazy. Have like a lot of them. So February 2020. No. Say release. January 2023, March. March, April, May, August, September, another May. Oh, 2024. Then 2025. They're like every 2 months they're releasing a new game. I can't imagine it'll be too long then. Yeah. Interesting. Seems rather interesting. I think I'm just gonna do this stupidly. No, it's all good. Okay. Probably shouldn't even do that, that's a bit of a waste. Let's see. I wish there was a thing. So if I can kind of get this one in shape is my idea. Trying to get them all in shape. Let's get that. Ah, there we go. Alright, so that's good. Enable this now. bed. Alright. Okay, so we got this in. A little bit as well. Alright. This. Then this. Grab the inner. I'll say for the inside, just for the performance sake. Or go like that. I can't imagine needing too much. Evil. Okay, that's fine. And we can merge to center. And merge to target. And problem solved. Easy. Next, let's go. Yeah. G_. Wait. D. See where we're going with these. Alright, so obviously these are a little bit too skinny. Let's largen it up. Freeze transforms. Let's go. Shift. D. Obviously I've done something wrong again, so let's make it even larger again. Let's center that pivot. Do this, so that's better an idea. Alright. Take 3. There's a balancing act. Let's make that skinnier. Probably a better way of doing this, but part of it will also be this process, so where I'm placing it. Hogwarts. Need to be perfect, but that's good for me. Perfect. It's just what I'm after. What I can do from here is now, oh man, whether I want that, honestly, or I want hardened edges. That's the question. Softened there. Like that. Grab this. 16. Okay. Scale it out. I'm happy. Where is this fine? Hmm. Did I delete that? Here we go. Okay. I see. No, so it's just always going to be an issue. Lovely. Okay, if that's going to be the case, save this. Pinching drum. Okay, 20. I want more things for this. Okay. Happy. A bit of that. Delete that. Saves video. Grab a 16. Sided one. That there. And we are done. Pinching drum. The only thing that I'm going to need is some texture for the for this. I'm going to want something in here. Let's see. Should be UV'd already, yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do here. I have an idea. So I'm actually gonna bake this, but it's gonna be done kind of smartly. Makes sense. This doesn't work with what I'm trying to do, but it's all going to make sense. Drum. Oh, let's just go barrel. Quenching liquid. O1. This can go a new material. This can go here, and this can go. This can be MAT from 2. This will be, oops. Do blend, and we can go quenching liquid. Alright, now something that I probably should have done before anything was UV'd this, but oh well. Just take a bit, I guess. Alright, let's first do that. Thing I might quickly do as well is people this. A 0.15, I think. Do the same here. Very much extra geo, but should provide some nice detail. Nice and smoother, really. Okay, what next? Bring these up. So, got these. Ah, shit. I gotta redo. Do I want to redo? Let's separate these actually again. It's gonna go like this. I'm gonna review these, I think. Well, because I think these are fine. Oops. Not bothered about these. Quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'll refill my drink bottle as well while I'm gone, so. Okay. Not what I was doing, but I didn't forget what I was doing, but I forgot that I had an extra plan for this. So, it's actually going to be really cool. I feel. Let me switch back. So, oops. Alright, like this. I just did them all. I'll just UV these, I guess. I wish it wasn't Ryzen though. I don't feel like it's worth me opening Ryzen. I just gotta do this every single time. But I'm thinking big brain right now. So I can actually, here's where my thoughts are. I've come up with a new workflow for something, for like cloth and stuff. I got a bit of a workflow. With that. So, I'm aware that there's like gaps and stuff, but I also cannot be bothered fixing it. Like, it's such a minute thing that if I seriously get docked points for that, I don't know. I don't even know. Don't matter. With these being so small. Are not so small, but like, not much to these. Ah, man. I just don't like UVing and Maya. Just wholly am I Ryzen fan. I think I'm always gonna be. I like, you know what I mean? Like, I know and I can and I currently am, which is, I guess, evidence of it, but oh, shit, this would be 10 times quicker in Ryzen. It's just not worth the effort. Bringing it into Ryzen for such a minute thing. How many more do I have to do? Alright, a couple more. Let me saw Pinky. This is 8:18. I hope my friends aren't too much longer because I don't really want to be. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't want to be up too late because I got class stuff. Or wait, there's a. Yeah. Get me for a second. That's done. Now one more. Here's the thing. I don't really want to be doing this for too long. Okay, so there's this. Very say. Alright, so we got this. You also have this. Fine. It's fine. Unfold these. We're just gonna lay it out for now. Right, easy. Okay, now we'll see where I'm cooking with this. Now we'll see where I'm cooking. Because I gotta bake this, I might as well bake the whole thing, you see? That's my idea. So I bake this with texture sets, then I can ignore these textures and just texture that with the bake. Just means I'm gonna get extra detail. Win-win. I'm thinking in chess. Why? Everybody else is thinking chess. And yeah, 1024 because I don't need anything. Arguably 1024 is more than I need as well. I'll go 512. Okay. Yes. Do that. Bake. Cancel bake because I don't need that. Oh, maybe I did do that. High resolution bake. Boom. Which means I can now go run this. Get a high quality. Texture. Like an oil. Like what's often used. Go. Capacity, I guess. Just want a greenie, I think. Just at least see what I'm working with first. Maybe I don't need opacity, honestly. Maybe it'll just be like something like that, honestly. I can bake AO or something. Easy. AO bake. It'll be grunge for this as well. Oh, it's not. I don't know why it got so dark all of a sudden. There we go. Let's go from the base. Getting these on. Awesome. Textures. Don't need that. Yeah, most of don't need height. Honestly, I'd generally mask all those, but I have to do it this way. Stupid, but I have to. Part of the assessment, I guess. Nice. That's done. One thing I'm going to quickly do as well. Nice. And one other thing I can do. That must be a nice touch, I think. Watch this. That. And let's do, for the sake of the story, this. FX in cloth slider in cloth more tension though. They want the thing going in though. Really what I'm after. Also not at all what I'm after. Yeah, it's not good. It's probably fine anyway. Might do one more change and make it heavier. Here we go. Now we can go history. And this one needs to be an OBJ export. When Marching drum cloth. ZBrush. And close this down. Ever import. Okay. What happened? I don't want those anymore. Right. Take two. Fine. The one. Oh, why is this not working? Gonna do that. Working. I just working before, so out what the issue is. Oh, am I exporting an FBX? That's my issue. This whole time I'm meaning to be exporting. That's my issue. I need to be doing an OBJ. For some reason, I don't know, it just doesn't export properly if you do an FBX. What? Hello? Maybe I reopen ZBrush? This was working fine before. There we go. Okay, here we go. Subdivide. And let's go Z plugin, decimate master, reprocess. Go. Gives me this result. Perfect. But, yeah. Amy, how are you? What? Hey, you've passed on your code to me, okay? It's hard. Not here struggling, okay? Like, you know, I'm just like, damn, he's giving me her cold and is expecting mad hype from me. I'm like struggling right now, you know? I'm alright. I mean, well, yeah. Wow. You or my dad, kind of the same people. For real. There we go. Wow, that's debatable. So this is 700 tries and we've decimated it in its cloth. My Wi-Fi's working! Let's go! I do debate that though, Amy. Oh, that's cooking. Alright, you gotta understand, this was a very much a, I don't know how this is gonna work, and then, well, okay, I knew that this works, but this morning I wasn't too sure, and it seems like it's worked amazingly, so. It's wunderbar. I will just automatic UVs for this. Go. Yeah. I'm alright though. My cold doesn't have. Well, I don't even know if it's a cold. I just feel like a lot of things right now, you know what I mean? I'm just a very emotional guy. Very emotional guy, what can I say? Okay, you take it back. Okay, I am not. Humongous, okay, I'm humongous. Am I looking again? Ah, here we go. Base color. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, let's see what gives us the best results. I'm alright though. I've just been working on a lot of things. I can show out. Well, this is what I'm doing. I made a tiling texture this morning, which you're about to see. And then I can show you my cannon progress after. I'm probably just auto, because let's be honest here, it's not really worth it. Got contour stretch, which isn't great. Spherical, not great. Cylindrical, also just not great. Planar, great for the top. Stretching down the sides though. Normal based, great for the top. Not bad on the sides, but still not great. Automatic, great for the top. Sides do pretty good. Yeah, automatic it is. I was making this material this morning. Vibes are off the charts. Man, I am cooking right. Yeah. Oh, I might be burning. Oh, I've done good, honestly, Amy. I've done good. I just got a workflow that's working really well, and I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. Next up. I insert much. Yeah, we've just been pretty busy today. Very hot as well. You got a new rig that's sexy. That's good to hear. What's the rig for? Maybe you should ask Ruben for his rig that he's making. Except it's for Maya. Your own entertainment. Nice, nice. Sounds very buller to me. Let me export this actually. One second, sorry. Hmm. Oh yeah, wait, oh you sent it to me. Damn! That's nice, you gotta do some stuff and send that to me. You know what to say? You gotta do some stuff and send that to me. Yeah. But see this probably not even needed. Figured I might as well delete the center point. We can either go like this. Go for this wood here. And this one, of course, I lose a lot of detail, so I don't really want to be doing. Let me just see. Rigged with cloud rig plugin. Interesting. What's the cloud rig plugin? So, what do we think? We can either go like this, or like that. I think I might go that other one, honestly. This one. Order rig in Blender, but I suppose more customized options. Yeah, that's pretty chill. Sorry. Free? Interesting, that's cool. Did you end up getting it? Save you from having to worry about downloading other rigs and stuff as well. Honestly, bump this up. Nah, we're looking. I mean, I figure if it's free, you know what I mean. You know what they say, free. I'll take a minute. Cool result there. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like this. Alright, on to the next one. All skies. For this, I might need to go like this, unfortunately. Then this. Cyberpunk, yeah. Some of the guys at my course are trying to get into all the cyberpunk and stuff. I need to convince Dory and Abe. I think Abe played, but Dory of course hasn't played, so it's getting her to. She owns it, but I think it's just a time thing, really. Got more than enough on our plate right now. Of stuff to do. Six point oh, right? Do I know much about it? No, but I did hear about it, yes. It's gonna make a lot of sense later. I don't really think that this is the way that I want it. I want like a dark one. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Wait, can you like walk around in your ship? Or like, is that not really it? Wait, that's really cool. That's been like one of the things that I feel like it's like, that's what I really like about, what do you call it? Something that I really like about Stas, isn't it? Nothing else does. Nothing else is there. That's real cool. Hey yo, we're cooking. This it'll take forever, but we're cooking. Oh, hold on. NZGDC message. Less than a month, Amy. Less than a month. Sorry. Get me out it. I'm not like intently staring at you guys, don't worry. I am actually doing that, get filled. But I wasn't. What do you mean? I gave you a wonderful welcome. The scammer ship. How you doing, Dory? Crazy, Amy. How you doing, Dory Tastic? We're just doing a bit of texturing stuff before you guys are in. Yeah, that's fine. Intently staring into your souls. Oh boy. How much further are you to completing Elden Ring, Amy? Really? Only 70? Hey, somebody's slacking. Oh, slacker. I'm joking. So you're trying to like 100% to like, what's taking you so long? Because I can't admit, I don't, when I was playing, right, like I said, I was pretty close to where you were. Yet, like, we're at a very similar point. But then at the same time, 70%, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't recall being that far off. Okay. Alright, with glasses on now. Just to make it easy to see, and Master Dory likes the glasses. Like I can fight the fire giant to get to the final area, but I have rage against this one mini boss and you have to kill him before you get to that point of no return. Understandable. Any of the guys been wearing a cool or somebody completely different? Oh man. Bell bearing hunt. I don't think I ever versed him. I swear, wearing glasses is like putting on like a sharpened filter. It's so weird. Secret, yeah, that would explain it then. I don't think okay. I might tell a lie. Let me put it this way. I don't think I've ever purposely burst it. Fuck me. I don't think I've burst a secret boss. And if I have, it'll be because of an accident. That makes sense. Itchy. You see on good loot. Yeah. It's just, once again, it's just not really. I think Elden Ring's a good game. Just, I can't, you know what I mean? Souls-like. I also do feel like it's, how do I put this? This is gonna maybe sound crazy to some people. I don't think I'm like the biggest Elden Ringer. Like, it's good, but like, you know what I mean? I mean, all that I was doing when I was playing it was just run around, try to find where the next boss is, cluelessly, find where the next boss is, next mission. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. In terms of like open world games, it's not entirely like my forte in terms of like open world design. A lot of it is like free thinking for the player, but I don't necessarily like free thinking. You know what I mean? However you guys think for me. You just try to like man fight random enemies and randomly get shit ton of smithing stones and stuff. It'll be fun levels, yeah. But then again, I also just don't like dying and stuff like that in these sorts of games, and that's why I ended up running the easy mode. But okay, and some people might think, oh, well then maybe because you're on easy mode is why Elden Ring's kind of hit or miss sometimes. Trust me, that's not it. Trust me, if it was up to me, you know what I mean? Like, if it's a matter of no easy, if it's a matter of easy mode or not, like, oh, fuck, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Long story short, if I had no easy mode, I wouldn't play the game. That's my long story short. My summary. I don't know, it's not. This man right here ain't here for a struggle. I just don't like struggling in games. I just feel like it's wasting my time. I don't know. Not the easiest. Not the easiest. I don't know. It's a mod, so I don't know what the mod does really. I think the only thing that like it. I mean, it's like easy. Like bear in mind, it's not like easy. Like it's not like the case of like I could just like walk through every boss without dying. Like I still die, right? Don't think of my easy mode like that. It's just, it makes some things more approachable where Souls-like players enjoy, and I think it is a complete waste of my fucking time. Like money, I get extra money, like quite a lot of extra money. So money's not an option. That doesn't mean that I upgrade. It's not a case of I upgrade every single time I got money. No. If I'm struggling, I upgrade. That's my approach. So it's one of the things like with great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, you know? Like, I could right now just upgrade like so many times, but I don't. Because I feel like that's just a waste of my time as well. Like, I think if a game's so easy that like I just like fall asleep while playing it, that's also a waste of my time. So, there's just a lot of time wasting, you know what I mean? No, but, so... well, I don't know what the easy mode necessarily offers. There are like different versions. I can't remember what I did. I think it's like I got double the health, I think. So double health. I think maybe double the damage. I can't remember. Like, I'm just listing random things off the top of my head, and one of it's probably going to hit. I know I get a lot more money. Significantly more money. I think with like random drop chances, I think drop chances are increased or like guaranteed. I can't remember if it's a guarantee or increased. Because I'm just like, bro, I don't want to go around having to farm fucking things, right? Like, I'm not a fan of farming things. So, that's fine. I think... I know you did a skipped Millennia. Dude, I don't even know how to get to Millennia. There's not a skip. I just don't even know how you get to Millennia. I actually want to verse her at some point, but I don't actually know where she was. But then that's my point. I never got to her. then not out of choice. I would actually be down to Verisera, but it's just a case of I don't even know how to find her. She's inside a cave. That's like as much as I know. Okay, we're done. Alright, so let me think. So, more HP, more damage. I think no MP cost, because I hate the idea of like the MP bar. I think that's one of the worst things I've ever seen. I understand why. It don't mean I agree with it. The MP bar, in my opinion, is literally just like it's the health bar, right? When you get to 0, you're dead. And I don't like the idea of abilities that drain your health unless it recuperates that health, which the magic doesn't. So I don't do that. Once you look at how her movesets work and seeing the colliders, I think, yeah. I think it should still be hard at where I currently am. Unless I'm overskipped, because I know I leveled up a bunch. I think I'm like a little bit over 100, level 100. Like 110 or something. Somewhere in between, I think 110 and 120. And then, so yeah, it was pretty much just that. So it wasn't like a super duper easy mode. There's no like cheats or like, well, there are sort of cheats, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a, like, you know what I mean? Having double the health, do you think you'd still die? I still do. Am I good at the game? No, and that's probably half the reason. But at the same time, like, you know what I mean? It's not like I don't take damage or I one-shot people. No, that's very much not the case. I do not one-shot people at all. Like, I think one time I had to upgrade because I was fighting, like, these two, like, gestural fucking things, like, some, like, ghost guys, these two brothers or something. And they were just really frustrating me. But, you know what I mean? There's nothing crazy. Right, so that's fine. Yeah, I think the god skin door, that shit was really frustrating for me. I don't know if it was, like, underleveled. I know I was underleveled. Yeah, that's the one. I know I was underleveled because I did generally try to stay underleveled. Like, I think I was like 20 levels under what I was recommended. But then once again, like I'm using, you know what I mean? The easy mode. So I try to balance it that way. If I'm struggling, I just level myself up. Level myself up and then I beat them. But it's still very hard even with the levels. They're just hard. It's like one of these things, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much like extra health and damage I deal, you know what I mean? If I keep getting like stun locked, it don't matter. I'm still dying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I got stun locked in that, but it's what I'm trying to say. I guess it's like if I just can't read the fucking room, I'm struggling. Effectively, that's my point. I guess I want to make. So in case anybody like is like, what are you doing? It's still hard, you know. Don't want that to be part of it. But here we go. Here we go. Yeah, they suck. But searching out what they're weak, I don't really do that. That's what I also don't do. I don't look at what things are weak to. I don't look at like, I've got fire, air, water, ground. I'm never like a fan of those sorts of things. It's just like adding difficulty for adding difficulty. But it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things of like, I don't like having to learn every single thing. I just feel like it just takes so long. Everybody complain more. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to test every single weapon. And if I have to search up how to do something, in my opinion, design flaw. Like, in my opinion, if you're playing a game and you have to search up, like, a weakness or, like, you know, a how to beat or something like that, in my opinion, that is inherently a design flaw. Like, they've obviously fucked something up. Now, I think there are occasions where things are okay, right? Like, I would say... what do I explain? How do I explain this? Like, I think Warframe's a game that you don't get what Souls-likes are meant to be, like, suffering. Well, here you just do not like suffering in games. That's why I don't put my games in hard difficulty. I just don't really understand the point in suffering in games personally. That's a me thing though. Like I don't understand the point in hard games. This is my philosophy. Like I play games to have fun, and I never have fun when I'm struggling with something. Like inherently, like it's just getting painful. It's like that dragon that I was versing. That dragon was inherently not particularly fun for me. One of those things I'm just like, at that point I'd just be like, okay, well I'll just not play. I can't be bothered putting in the effort. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just read my book or watch a video or go to sleep. Oh. But you know what I mean? It's like I struggle. I gotta deal with fucking all this shit all day, every day, working on my game, working on my models, working on this, working on that. Like I just wanna relax and have a chill time. I'm not here to like fucking shit myself. Right, I'll show you quickly. This is my model that I was mentioning earlier that I forgot to show. I know, and that's why I don't play Souls-likes. It's freedom of choice, and my choice not to play them. I started this side. I need to, and I'm gonna add some of these things to that side, but okay, no. It's the wonderful thing of games. You can play whatever game what you want to, and Souls-likes not for me. I can't be fluffed. Too much effort for me. There's a guy who says, I don't like free will. I like free will. Free will is, of course, very good. I don't think I've ever said I don't like free will. That's fine. When? What was this? There's probably context to this. I don't think there'd be any reason to say that without context. Ah, fuck me. These are just really small. Why are these so small? Oh, so would it be because I wrap things down? Fuck me. Every single time this fucking does it. Maybe I'll get in the clip right now. Okay, so it's 100%. There's 100% context. Okay. It'll 100% be context. Fuck me, stupid thing. Okay, that's probably good sizing. Quenching liquid. And this, which means there's one more model for me to do, and then I'm done model-wise. But I will probably still do a couple more. Not do the wrong thing. There we go, that pops in. Ah, here we go. Alright, so... and how somebody can't spell. Alright, so we can have 3 variants of this. Fuck me. Alright. Got this one. Oh. This one. And this one. Alright, so we can go like one without the cloth, one without the cloth and the liquid, and then one with cloth. I'll probably just delete the liquid for performance sakes. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so from below. Gonna be difficult today. There we go. Nice. Quenching liquid. Textures. We have to do everything, which I think is stupid. I just think it's stupid, doing that. Like, we have to have... Here's the thing. So, we're using trim sheets, we're using tileable textures, and it's to recruit, like, you know, increase performance, because there's less, you know, things that you're having to draw, right? Less materials. However, each material has to have 6 textures to it. It has to have ambient occlusion, which ambient occlusion is a waste of fucking time in Unreal, because there's screen space, ambient occlusion, stuff like that. And then the ambient occlusion just stinks in general in it. The ambient occlusion Unity is relatively similar. Like, metallic. I don't need metallic on a non-metallic object. However, we have to have a metallic. I don't know. Like, realistically, I only need roughness, albedo, and normal. Everything else is just a waste. Stuff like that, it's just kind of like, oh, really? There we go. Doing anything though, to be honest. There we go. Awesome. Got some nice barrels. Okay. Well, that's 3 technical extra models, but they're the same model, so I don't count them as a difference. You know what I mean? Like, multiple aspects to them. Quenching version, clean version, I could put like swords and stuff in this one, and then I got like a covered version. Awesome. Alright. I'll be back. I'm gonna cough in your generator. Ah. What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? Give me a cold? I already got one. It's like I'm currently like got a fucking fire status effect and I'm like burn. More fire just gonna make this room hotter. Ain't do nothing to me. I need to go to the bathroom and then I don't know, we'll see. Yep. Save. I'll leave it on my while I'm gone. Yeah. There's like proc multiple times. You guys can watch my animation, I guess. I just refilled my drink, but it was half empty, but I might as well if I'm gonna be locking in until the next thing. Hell yeah.
We lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. I think of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but I think of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away.
You done any more work on animations, Amy? Why are you the number 2? You're just number 2, I guess, Amy. That's crazy.
See your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your demon, never leaving. A metal soul of rage and fear.
Any motion blurring? Doing one right now with the rig. Was it paid or? It's a shrimp one.
Thing that changed it all. That
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's right. I forgot to save these. Just do this. No, 2 more models. Sorry, 2 more models. Although I can't imagine the sharp will take long. Oh, I think he sent me this person before you. Raided with the sauce, indeed, indeedly. Um, 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 um. I finished that, so we don't need that probably. I've been playing Devil May Cry, but that's on my Steam Deck, so I don't have this on here. It's not too much Hogwarts Legacy stuff. Oh, I could work on you. I might, in the meantime, meander myself into a new picture, and then I'll see. I don't know. I think this might be a tomorrow thing. Though, so we do the quest. Yeah. Seems Abe and Dory have been running into some minor kerfuffles. Ugh. Man. How's any more progress on that big oh. Oh, hold on 1 second.
Places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I think I know how and where to approach the center.
I got into a little bit of trouble.
In the Forbidden Forest.
I have my phone on my bed, so I didn't hear the phone call. So I just felt my watch vibrating. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm sorry, Dory. Alright, Felix time in the meantime.
I've always said that travel
I gotta figure out where I could take a cool picture though. Maybe I go to like a cave or something. I don't know. Here's the thing. There's only like... Ooh. Here's my conundrum, you see. There's only like 10 poses or something. Let's see. There's the poses, right? For the character thing. 1, 2, okay. Base pose, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 poses. The amount of variety in terms of pictures I can take with 12 poses is pretty limited. So I'm just gonna turn off my
I'd better
cyberpunk.
keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
What the fuck?
Revelio.
It's like our game. I think I'd struggle in my game. I really struggle with these Zenobia gobstone. However, I believe.
Accio. Just one more
Yoink.
gobstone.
Just gonna get one more. It is night time. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go to the dormitory, and I'm just gonna take a picture of me chilling on bed. I think that could be kind of cool. Puffly puffly. Hey, I've only been, I think I don't think I've ever voluntarily been to the Hufflepuff. I think it's either been quests or I just like start out there. Do we have our own personal bed? Oh, exit. Hey! How's it going? Number 1, Angel G? Doing some side quests. I'm padding out time until my friends are ready, and I'm going to be doing Sebastian's quest. Whoa, this is creepy. Why is, like, nobody here? No! I can't jump. Oh, yeah, because there's no jump button. I probably should have, like, thought about that before I decided on this. Fuck, this is going to look so goofy. I'm just doing some, like, photography stuff in the meantime. Who decided for it not to be a jumping thing? No, I was gonna try getting the Forbidden Spells. I got 2 of them. I'm up to like the ending though. What's the... How do I open up the menu?
Protego. Revelio.
Wait, fuck me. What is going on? Am I stupid? Wait, how do you open up the menu? It's not escape. The escape... Okay, what is going on? Hold on. Okay, so escape on keyboard does nothing. And then the fucking... This button, the normal home button on a PlayStation controller also doesn't work. How long has it been? I don't remember the home button. I swear I did that before. What am I missing, huh? Alright, hold on. Let me see what we're working with though. We're doing some photography. Oh, wait. You're still here though, Volt, right? Check this out. Mr. Angel G himself. Check this out. I haven't shown you anything for a minute. Press pad. No, because that's the map. That's the map. Alright, check this out. This is what I was just doing earlier. I'll show you 2 things. Why is that? Oh, confused. Anyway, check this out. This is what I've been working on. I'm making assets for a little scene, so we're making props and stuff. I'm doing a blacksmithy. So earlier this stream, a little bit ago, I was just working on these drums here. So I did 3 variants, one with a cloth, just the base one, and then one with the liquid. Which is pretty cool. So getting that all together. That's kind of cool. The real cool thing though, you like this. I got a cannon I've been working on. An old American cannon, so I still need to duplicate the stuff to the other side here, but otherwise, outside of that, pretty gangster. You can see it all there. So, very cool. That's what I've been working on. And the game as well, the game. But that's something else. All together. Alright, so we can go here. I just changed my clothes. that's kind of pose there. Both look great. Looking forward to seeing the colored. Yeah, that'll be next term. This one will be like, I just had a wonderful sleep. And just got out of bed. Yeah, my sleep was alright. Oh, I wish I could be on the bed right now, but I can't because I can't jump. Oh, it's so depressing. Fuck you for not letting me be on the bed. Fuck you, you. I guess you can't be on the bed either. What the fuck am I doing, dude? Dude, somebody's gonna join my stream and just be like, oh, he's tweaking, he's crashing out. He never apologized. Peak gameplay. Oh, that's who I am. I just gotta accept it. Oh. This is not. No, this is like a power move, Dory. We're all doing power moves here. This is us when we talk to ourselves and what kind of poses we're doing. I'm gonna turn down my music there. What one do we do though? Chris, are you more of a broomstick or a flying mount guy? I feel like a broomstick, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest. However, hold on, am I able to show this? We do have 2 variants. We do have two variants. Hold on. Variant A. Felix on a mount. Happy Felix Friday. This is for tomorrow. It's always Felix Friday in my world, though. In my eyes. And then we got the other variant. Hold on. That's the yeah. Actually, I showed you that one already. I've already shown you that one. And then that's me on the broomstick. I feel like I'm more of a broomstick guy. Leaking Felix Friday. You guys, close your eyes, please. I feel like this one could work outside of like the arm clipping, but I need to get into a better spot. I like go into this. I still can't. This is gonna make me crash out, I think. Ah, that's so frustrating. Wait, that doesn't do anything?
Protego!
What's the button on PC? Like this is very frustrating me. How to bring up the menu in Hogwarts Legacy PC. It says escape. Are you stupid? Escape doesn't do anything though. Look. Oh, I already just accidentally pressed it. There's one escape button and it doesn't work. And then also, this one doesn't do anything either. So it's not like my keyboard's broken. M would be for map, yeah. I always have to go to the map. This is stupid to me. This is just stupid. Oh, this game. It tests my limits. Move somewhere. Yeah, maybe I gotta restart. That's a good idea. Let's restart, maybe. Alright, let's restart the game. Just want to get my picture down. Ooh, I've almost hit 50 hours in the game. 49.5. It'll be 50 by the end of this. Is Persona? No, Persona's nowhere near on the list, I don't think. Unfortunately. I got so many games today. Persona's too long. I don't know when I'll get around to playing Persona, honestly. If Persona was like 40 hours, I think that would be like my cutoff. But it's 100+ hours. I don't know when I'm gonna have the time to be bothered. Because this game's like, okay, to preface, this game's like a 25-hour game that took me 50 hours, okay? That's like the context you need. So if a game is supposedly like 100 hours for most people, it's like 200 to 300 hours for me. And I'm not really here to spend 200 to 300 hours when I got so much shit to do. It's just too much on my plate. At the moment, I'm currently playing Devil May Cry, but that's a personal, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing that one on my Steam Deck. I'm playing Devil May Cry, and I heard, yeah. Devil May Cry, that one's on my Steam Deck, but that one, I heard that one's like 10, 20 hours, so it's fine to me. Oh wait, it worked. My menu worked, actually. There we go. So is that. Oh, okay, this is a moody. I'm feeling moody today. Devil May Cry 5. The popular one. That's the only one that I have, actually. I have it. I know what I'm doing. Oops. Okay, hold on. Let me cook. Oh, that's kind of good though. I plan to get around to playing Phantom Menace. Wait, what's Phantom Menace? The only Phantom Menace I know is Star Wars. Star Wars Phantom Menace. Oh, Phantom Liberty! I was so confused. I'm like, what is he on about? Hold on. Okay, hold on. It's gonna be either really funny or really stupid. Do you know how much do you know about Phantom Liberty? Well, ah, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Don't worry. Not much, just a notable. Yeah. Wait, not much, just a notable. Wait, Abe, have you played Phantom Liberty? Because you played Cyberpunk, right? I'm intrigued. Have you played it? Not much, just the notable actors and the fact that it takes place after V's training. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that it takes place after V's ending. No. No, I wouldn't say that it takes place after it. Have you played? Have you finished Cyberpunk? Oh. I I don't know. I like there's no like definitive it's now, but I have like my personal headcanon of when it is. But I won't say any I don't know. What I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody who hasn't played, but I'm gonna say the name of the quest that I think it is. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. if you played Vault, do you remember the quest, I think, Tapeworm? I think that's the one before Nocturne, whatever, Nocturne OP33 or whatever. That one? Oh, I guess not then. Then no clue. I've finished Cyberpunk before. You know the endings I'm playing. So yeah. Tapeworm is end of Act 2. That's all I can say without any more spoilers. Obviously you know, but I am aware that, you know, there's some people that may have not played. End of Act 2 is where I'd put it. Because if you know what you're doing, and don't say, if you know what you're doing for the endings, I think it makes just as much sense. Like, you have the option to do the endings, or you have the option to go and do this one. I think that's a good time to start it. In my opinion. Yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be any more missions. I've heard inklings that there might be more missions coming for Cyberpunk, but I don't know too much about that. Could also be wrong as well. Yeah. I really liked it though. Phantom Liberty. Dragon Dogma. Yeah, I played Dragon Dogma. I didn't finish it though. Okay. Dragon Dogma 2 did like the stupidest thing and it's gone. Would I say that I spoiled it for me? No. However, it did make me realize that I don't really want to finish it. Very lovely. A Discord bot. You get so many stupid Discord bots, it's genuinely kind of annoying. It's a Paladin's Discord bot. Ignore. I'll elaborate. Alright, so I got pretty far. I got 25 hours into the game. I don't know how far story-wise. However, do you know... You know the Sphinx, right? And the Sphinx does the thing... Wow, that's kind of funny. That's kind of like that one Greek... Is it the Greek mythology thing? Anyway, long story short. You know that Sphinx quest? I never got up to that. But I'm like, I also am not gonna do that. And so I just stopped playing. I just thought that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, I'm never playing. I'm stopping. Unless they changed it. If they changed it, I'd consider re-downloading it. However, it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. For anybody... Egypt, I believe. Ocean, but yeah, I know that quest. Yeah. So, for anybody... I know the Sphinx is Egyptian. I mean, there's this one mythology, like Greek mythology or something, and it's like this guy, it's like, I can't remember how it goes, but it's this guy and he's trying to do something, and then it was given some like riddles or something, and it's like either to pass or something. I don't know, it's something to do with riddles or something, and I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of that. Anyway, So, for those of you who don't know, and unless they changed it, so correct me if I'm wrong, well, because they could have changed this. I wouldn't be surprised if they changed it because I think it's the stupidestly designed thing I've ever heard in my life. But basically, it's like you get to the Sphinx, and the Sphinx tells you some like riddle, and the riddle is effectively, long story short. Oh yeah, maybe I was right. So maybe it is based off of the mythology thing that I was thinking of then, that story. I can't remember that story though well enough. There's so many ones to remember. So the one is effectively you find these things. I can't remember the purpose of finding these, but there's some special hidden objects around the map. And you know, they're super hidden and they give you there's something good, right? It's for some quest or something. Anyway, long story short, there's probably like 100 of these little like collectibles that you have to find around the map. Now, once you get to this quest, long story short, what you have to do, or what you had to do, I don't know if they changed it, is, long story short, you got like 2 in-game hours to find and go to the first collectible of these collectibles you found. And then there's something there that you have to pick up and then you have to give to the Sphinx. Now, I'm going to reiterate, there's like 100 of these. And I was like 25 hours in. I didn't remember which one it was. And I can tell you now, a year later, I also do not know which one it is. Waste of my fucking time. I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm doing that. That's the worst design thing I've actually heard. I would rather, this is coming from me, I would rather, now Amy, come back for this one, I would rather play a fucking Souls-like than something that's as terribly designed as that. You got 2 hours. Oh, you can skip it? Maybe they changed it. I swear that used to not be completable. Like, that was like, you, in order to progress, you had to do that. I'm pretty sure that was the case. Unless I'm crazy and I spread fucking misinformation. But, which could have been the case. I never got up to the quest. I just thought that was stupid. I heard about that and people were complaining about it at the time. And I'm like, I'm not fucking playing this game, dude. This is a waste of my time. I'm not doing this shit. I don't know. I still think it's a stupidly designed quest. I still think that's a terrible design. But I feel like it was locked. I could have sworn that you're locked. You had to do that. Maybe not. Maybe you never had to. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Don't get me started. I will I will mull on that. Ah, man. I don't want to do this one yet. I don't really know what it's for though. Something to do with my owls, but I don't really want to start my owls, so I don't really want to do that yet. There's some more wand handles. So. Can't disagree with you there. Curious, did you stumble across the Sphinx at night or during the day? No, I haven't done the Sphinx, but I think I've seen bits of it. I can't remember where I got up to. Let me look. I can probably tell you. I have a pretty good memory for these sorts of things, so I can probably tell you where I got up to there. Dragons, Dogma 2. If I see what main missions there are, I can tell you which one I was on. I wasn't there yet though. Main story missions. Let me see. I don't really want to see a walkthrough, but Vermont, I obviously finished all of these. This is going there. I did this one. Oh, this one's a tricky one. Go to Hard Village. You've been there during the... I remember going to this place. I don't remember if it was for this quest though. Convergence. It's a shame the guy behind Django 2. Oh really? Did he start a new company, or... Okay. I was somewhere in between these two missions here. I was somewhere in between these two missions. That's what I can say. I don't recall getting further than that. No, I'd have to look it up, yeah. There's been quite a couple new game companies being created. I think there's a new CD Projekt Red game company as well. Not owned, but I've seen... I can't remember what it was, but there's a couple people I've seen from CD Projekt Red that are leaving to this new company. I see the mission on my phone. What was it? Oh, I don't remember. It was Flickering Shadows or Convergence, somewhere in between these. So either the second or the third of the Atoll quests. Oh, I'll tell you. Okay, you want to know what I'm doing next? Okay, I'll tell you what games I'm playing. Oh, wait, okay. Before I even do that, hold on, let me check something. Okay, you guys want to see a spoiler into something that might be coming to Discord soon? I'll give you a spoiler into what might be coming to Discord soon. And then I'll tell you. Boards. I woke up this morning and hopped on my computer, and it said recommended me that I can do some new boards thing. I'm like, what the fuck is boards? I click on it. You can add, like, you know, games that you like. So I added, you know, like, well, so you could choose your favorite game. I don't have a favorite game, so I couldn't decide there. So I'm like, okay, games that I like, I guess I just do that. So I did, like, my top 8 games. I'm not too sure if I would change this, but I did Cyberpunk, Witcher, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Chrono Trigger, Stanley Parable, Expedition 33, Beginner's Guide, Witcher 2. There's probably, like, maybe my top 8 at the moment. Off the top of my head, if I probably looked more into it, I could maybe change a couple things. But, I don't know how I feel about having both the Beginner's Guide and Stanley Parable. They're both amazing games, but I feel like I'd almost want, like, just one of these. They're both so good in their own ways. And then you could also do, like, games in rotation. So you could only add 3 though. So I did Hogwarts, AC Evo, and Devil May Cry. Those are the games that I'm currently playing. But in terms of what I'm going to be playing next, and what I'm currently doing. Oh, anyway, what I was trying to say. Sorry, I forgot to say. I went to go save it. Wasn't working. I decided to reopen the thing and start it again. Couldn't save. Reloaded Discord, gone. So I'm guessing they accidentally released it. So there's a little bit of a spoiler into what's coming soon, I think. I can't imagine why they would take it back. It was only up for like a really short amount of time as well. So I think it was an accident. So, I'll fill you in. Hogwarts Legacy, I finished the game, so I'm really reining back on Hogwarts Legacy stuff. I might do a couple extra final quests and stuff. The main one that I want to finish off is the Sebs one, with Abe and Dory watching. Devil May Cry, I kind of want to finish this one. This game I started ages ago, and then I realized it's very, very short, and I'm about halfway complete. I've finished 9, so I'm not too sure why clearing mission 9 isn't here. So I'm about halfway. Seb story. There's an update, so it is the beta for the early access update 3, update 0.3 that came with some stuff. I'd been waiting. This was meant to release in July. It's almost the end of August, and it's still not actually out. They're doing a beta. This is the first time I've done a beta for these things, so that's interesting. That came with some pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool update, but I think I need a bit of time to play that because I need to get back into the game. I was playing it yesterday and I'm like, fuck, dude. I think I need to get a bit more, get back into the flow of things. It's a simulator game, you know, a racing simulator, and so it's not something that I can just go hop into the next day and go, okay. Unless I've been playing it quite a lot recently. So being about a month since I'd last played, was mulling my time and focusing on other games. You know what I mean? Like, I need to get back into the flow of things. There's a new update, a new expansion DLC, Legacy of the Forge, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, coming out September the 6th, I believe, or something like that. So, mulling my time until this releases. This is my next big watch list thing. I just finished the last DLC, I think early in the week. Or maybe either last week. I think last week, actually. Last week. So, yeah. That was good. Very much looking forward to Legacy of the Forge. I like forging and stuff. And then the other thing that I'm currently playing is... I'm not playing. I still need to play some more Chain Decos, though. I don't know why I still have Chrono Trigger. Let me uninstall Chrono Trigger. I love Chrono Trigger. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I believe I reinstalled... I uninstalled it after finishing it, and then I reinstalled it because I was doing a UI assessment, and I wanted to do Chrono Trigger as my basis. And then I forgot to uninstall it. Where is it? Long story short, Witcher 3. I want to finish all the main story stuff for The Witcher 3. Chrono's turn-based, yes. It's I think one of my favorite, I would say top 3 favorite turn-based types, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Technically, it doesn't need to be turn-based. You can actually technically play a non-turn-based version of it. But behind the scenes, it's still turn-based. It's just technically not turn-based. Depends on your definition. Where you draw the line for turn-based. My top 3 favorite turn-based types, like games... like, game versions of turn-based. I don't know how to fucking word it. I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about, though. I like the way that Expedition 33 handles it. I think Expedition 33 handles it really, really well. I really like... I won't elaborate too much into that. It's a pretty popular game. Most people that are interested know already. I mean, if you want to know, I can further elaborate, but most of you guys will probably know. Chain Decos. I really like Chain Decos' approach. Now, do I have... Okay, so Chain Decos, the way that it's approached in Chain Decos is it gets you a brain thingy. So you have this thing called, this is like your... Okay. There's a couple of things that I like, and these are just like personal things. So you have this, and this is like your... This is like your strength bar, or like it's called like overdrive bar, effectively. Right? And so you've got these, you've got skills, and these skills, they use TP, right? And they affect this overdraw bar here, okay? Now, by default, if you're using these, right, they will move this little bar towards the right. Now this orange here means you take like 1 times, like it's like 1 times damage and you deal 1 times damage, right? If you're in green bar, it's like you take 0.5 damage and I think you deal more damage. I can't remember. Long story short, you deal more damage and you take less damage, right? Here, I think it's you deal less damage and you take more damage. So the red, bad, right? This, I mean, it's alright, but you know what I mean? Like, you're not gaining any benefits. You know what I mean? This is just stock standard normal you. This is the golden bar. You know what I mean? You want to be here, the green zone. So these, including your attack can adjust this. Changes this, right? It changes this and it moves it towards the right. Okay, so it's a balancing act of moving this into this green zone. Now you may be like, okay, well, how do you manage it so it doesn't go into the red? Now, if you haven't used a specific type of ability or a specific ability in a good couple of turns, like you haven't used a specific ability in a while, this will become like an orange text. And what orange text does is it moves the bar this way. So it rewards you for utilizing different abilities and not spamming the same ability. Otherwise, you'll go into the red zone. So that's pretty cool. That's one cool thing. So if you get too close to here, you know, maybe your bar's over here, you can use an orange ability and it will bring it down. What the fuck is this? Alright, anyway. The next thing is you can also swap out a character, and by swapping out a character, it will also lower the bar. So if you're struggling, what is happening there? You can always swap it out and bring the bar down as well, but you don't get that until a little bit later. And I think defending also doesn't, but you know what I mean. So you also defend to lower it. But then I think when you take damage, the bar also goes up as well. So it's still, I don't know. It's a management thing. I really enjoyed it though. I want to play more. So I really enjoyed this. And then that's why I like that one. There's a lot to it. How'd you compare? I've never played Chrono. I mean, I've never played fucking Octopath Traveler, sorry. So I can't really create an informed opinion on what I would say is better, though. Unfortunately. I could create an opinion based off of Final Fantasy games. I've finished Final Fantasy 7, and I've played a good bit of 9. I've finished disc 1 of Final Fantasy 9, if that's any indication. You speak of Final Fantasy, please spoil warning for Dory. I wouldn't spoil it, don't worry. I am aware that she started it, but she's not finished. I did talk to Dory about that a little bit a while ago. So many people would yell at her, really. No, I wouldn't spoil it for Dory, don't worry. I can tell you this, I preferred Chrono Trigger over Final Fantasy 7. I think I preferred Chrono Trigger quite a lot more than Final Fantasy 7, actually. I think, in my opinion, and now this is a highly controversial opinion, however, this is an opinion based on literally zero nostalgia. I didn't play Final Fantasy 7 until... Cloud isn't... yeah. Yeah, he's not actually a cloud. He's actually a sun. Get fooled. I didn't play it until last year, I believe. Or maybe it was the year before. I don't know. I don't know when I started. It was either 2024 or 2023. I think 2024. I think 2024 is when I first played. I'll be right back. And then I'll give you my take. The very controversial take. My take. Oh, you grabbed my thing there. My take. Controversial. I would probably, if I were to rate Final Fantasy VII, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 on the Toby scale. Which isn't an IGN scale, so don't worry about that. I would put it at like an 8. I would put Chrono Trigger at a 10 on the Toby scale. So, Final Fantasy VII was good. However, there's a decent bit that I would nitpick. I still found it to be a very fun game, though. Or there is a lot I would nitpick about it, honestly. I would think, I don't know. It's just very weird. Like, there's a year between Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VII, I believe. And Chrono Trigger actually released also before. It's very funny. Chrono Trigger was meant to be Final Fantasy VII, and then they said, it's something like, oh, we don't want this to be the next Final Fantasy. Like, they didn't really want to do that. And so they made it its own separate game. And it's like the game. Now, in my opinion. I think more people prefer 7, but I'm more of a Chrono Trigger person. Yeah. Remake is expensive, so I haven't actually bought it. But it's something that I was interested. Well, here's the thing with Remake. There are two things that stop me from having played a Remake. One, it's expensive, and two, I am increasingly worried it's going to run into one of my things that I really didn't. What do you call it? It's not that I didn't like about Final Fantasy VII. I thought could have been done so much better. I think was done actually quite badly. Is like, what do you call it? What do you call it? Like, the timing, or like, I don't know. I guess if I were to shorten it, what I'm trying to say, Final Fantasy VII could have been a decently shorter game. It took me 64 hours, honestly. Like, there was quite a lot of stuff that I ended up doing, and I didn't even do everything there was in the game, you know what I mean? I've only just got over half the shit. And you probably could have cut off like an extra 10 to 20 hours, honestly. Probably 10 to 15, maybe not 20. Is it timing? I don't know what you'd call it. I just felt like there was so many lull periods in the game where I was just like, I don't know. I found Final Fantasy VII harder to play. Yeah. I found Final Fantasy VII harder to play than Chrono Trigger in one go. I couldn't play Final Fantasy VII in one go. I couldn't actually play Chrono Trigger in one go, but honestly, looking back, I probably could have. There was just a game or something released, or something happened, and I had to stop playing. But Final Fantasy VII, like, how do I put it? You ever play a game for like 20 hours and you're just like, fuck, man, this is kind of losing me. I'm kind of like losing it, honestly. I'm in a bit of a lull period in the game. There's not much happening. I'm like real fucking lost. I just gotta stop for a bit. That was me with Final Fantasy VII. I think that happened a couple of times that I had to just stop. Very, very good game, but there's quite a lot that they could have done that. And then, but this is why I would struggle with the new games, bro. I don't know which one the second one is, but whatever the second one is like over 100 hours. If I'm finding the game has lull periods and it's like, and I spent 64 hours, and then this game is like 3 games long, I'm gonna struggle, dude. Unless they're adding a shit ton of new story. Like, it's not the fact that there wasn't stuff to do. There was stuff to do. It was just the story was getting super lolly. Like, there wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Much purpose to what I was doing. It was just kind of like doing stuff. Like, it was like, what, like, it was like this thing, right? I'm not gonna say that, actually. I'm not gonna say that. If you know the final sequence, I don't know. I'm not gonna elaborate. Because of spoilers. I think it's gonna be hard for me to pad around that without spoiling anything. So I'm not gonna say it. Okay. I think the best thing that I could say, without spoiling, is there were occasions where morally I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This just sounds stupid. Like, morally, this just sounds stupid. That's the best thing that I can say. That's all I can say without spoilers. I don't mind DMing any of you guys if you want me to elaborate, but I cannot say anything more without spoilers. It's one of those things of, like, potentially it's not going to make any sense until you get to it, but at the same time, I just don't want to spoil anything. So, yeah. So, whereas Chrono Trigger, I felt like it was perfect. There was no lull period in the story. I felt like I was always progressing. There was never a moment where I'm like, okay, I do tell one lie. There was one moment that I did have the same feeling as I had with Final Fantasy VII. It was in Chrono Trigger. It was once again, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was effectively just the fetch quest, and it was it's only in the Chrono Trigger, like, remake. It's not a remake, but, like, I don't know. They did, like, when they released the PC version, it's, like, a enhanced or something version, if that makes sense. And it came with, like, 2 new quests, or, like, 2 new missions or something. I don't know. And it was the one in the caveman period. I don't know. I can't say too much more without spoiling that one either. But for anybody who has played Chrono Trigger, you'll know what I'm talking about, and a lot of people share that opinion as well. That's not a controversial opinion. That is like, with a lot of people say don't even do it because it's not even worth doing. I don't know. I don't know whether I'd say that or not. It's just like, it's effectively like it was like somewhere between 5 to 10 hours of fetch quests, is all I can say. And it's just going, it's not just normal fetch quests, it's literally going back and forth the exact same way. Like, you're doing the exact same thing. Oh, so many times. The reward was very, very good, but I don't know whether I'd say it was worth it or not. I mean, it helped me finish the game, but it's like one of the best things. You may not like Octopath if you ever get around to playing it then. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I wouldn't be buying it for a while though, so there is that. I just got so much stuff and not enough income. I haven't, like, really worked for a while, to be honest. There's not much, if really any, work for me. This was ironic. There was... I don't think my dad was serious, but he did mention something about there being work in Auckland. My dad was in Auckland earlier today for job stuff, because I think we're getting a job up in Auckland. So I don't think I will be going, but he did sort of mention offhandedly that that was something that... I don't know if he was serious about that or not, though. So, we'll see. I really liked... well, I can't come if he was joking. There definitely is a job there, though. There definitely is a job. I'm sorry. I can't... Actually, this was something. I was talking to my dad about this, though. While I was eating my dinner. I might go in November, though. I'm not too sure. There's the presentations, end of year presentations. And I kind of want to go up for the end of year presentations. Inherently for, yeah, the showcase. But I don't know. That one's going to be based around how much work there is. Try doing freelance work, create assets for developers and charge a rate. I would do that. I am absolutely buggered with the work we have at the moment, though. That's the fucky thing. Like, there's no... I could have had work this week, but I got fucked over by the stupid assessment shit. Okay, a little bit of a minor rant. So on Tuesdays... So, okay, so I'll give you a rundown. This is what my days are. All of Monday, so that, like, 8:30 until 5:30, I'm working on my game. Wednesday, 9 o'clock to 5:30, working on my game. Sometimes later than that, but it's like the block out period. And then Friday, so tomorrow, 9 until 5:30, I'm working all day on the game. And then on Tuesday, 1:30 till 5:30, we're doing world design, and then today it's 1:30 till 5:30, working on the portfolio, which is the canon thing. Okay, so I have my morning on Tuesday, and I have my morning on Thursday. Now, here's my issue. One, somebody decided that we have the stupid meetings with the teachers on Tuesday mornings. And so, I had a meeting at like 10 or something in the morning. I could have gone to work that stupid day, but I had to go to the bloody meeting. Oh. Which effectively means I only have Thursday mornings is the only time that I can work. And then, arguably, I can't do that without fucking myself up, because you need 8 hours on the world design assessment each week, and you need 8 hours on the portfolio. Now, we obviously do 4 hours based on the hours that I told you just before in class on the Thursday, and we do 4 hours in class on the Tuesday. Now, what makes sense and keeps everything even is spending the morning working on world design, then the afternoon on world design, then the morning Thursday on portfolio in the afternoon, which means I have literally 0 hours. I'm pretty much every day, I'd be pretty much working pretty much 9 to 5:30. Where do I have time for work? Like, this is stupid, right? I am fortunate enough to not be fucked over. I am draining money, but I have like a set amount saved up that I'm, fine for until I'm fucked, okay? And I'm fine at the moment. However, it's still draining my money, and I'm not getting any money. No money. So, there's that I'm worrying about, and I gotta deal with, but it's about managing that money until the end of the year, and maybe making some money in the holiday. And then, on top of that, it's like, I don't know. It's fucked. Oh, okay. Bear in mind, the other assessment, so we got to do the 2 8 hours, and then we got 32 hours we have to do on the stupid other game assessment. So, realistically, we're spending 48 hours. How the fuck, outside of, like, unless you work weekends, you cannot fit a job during the week without sacrificing a whole bunch of your weekend. And now you could argue, okay, well then is it potentially worth sacrificing your weekend? And the unfortunate case is, I already sacrificed my weekend. I'm working extra hours so that I can get the stupid assessments done. I'm going above the hours so that I can get the assessments done. So it would just mean I would just be getting as many hours as we absolutely have to have in order to pass, instead of enough so that I can pass all the assessments. It's stupid. There's no time to work. And I can't get the government funds either, which is stupid. So unless I take out a loan, but then, fuck me, I'd be, like, I've lasted almost 3 years without having to, well, okay, I've lasted more than 3 years, because I took 2 years of uni before this, without having to take out a loan. I'm not going with 3 months left or whatever, however many months left, taking out a fucking loan. I don't know, that just sounds stupid to me. I just don't want to take out a loan, because then it just goes out of the money that I do earn, I have to pay back with a fucking loan. I don't know. That's like a, if we have to, yeah. Just be real, can't log all 8 hours in the production stuff either, yeah. I do my ups and downs for the production as well, to be honest. There's some periods where I don't count the hours, and there's some periods where I do count the hours. Although last week I had to do my WOF, so that was effectively ended up being probably like 3 hours. I had to cut back off of that one. There's about an hour for the WOF, and then it's just getting there, and then with all the timings and everything that I did. I love how Uli was like, we love that you guys, and all burnt out, and I was like, yeah, oh yeah. I have 5 hours in production, yeah. Just say that you're sick, honestly. As long as you guys aren't shafted as like a team, And you can make those hours back in the holidays as well, right? That you missed. Just say that you're sick or something. Like if you there's like one thing where you're really fucked, you'll be fine. Say that you're sick. I would do that. It's kind of unfortunate because we're all there at the end. What I did is in the middle of the school holidays, the last one. So we had 3 weeks in the middle of the year, for school holidays, and during that I worked on the game for the final week. I put in probably like 20 hours or something in that in that last week of the holidays, 15 to 20 hours, and so I offset that with some, because one day I did end up working on one of the Wednesdays and that took half the day, so I was able to offset that at least, but it's too late now. There's nothing else that I can offset. Everything that I worked, well, and that was it for the alpha as well, so it's not applicable for the beta, which we're currently in, but still. I mean, you did 41 hours last week. Yes, that's fine. Why are you putting in 41 hours though? Hey, chill. With extra assessments, that is crazy. You gotta chill pill on that one. There's more hours than Arnold did, and that was, I guess, Arnold's like chill week though. But he only has the one class. And he did like 39 hours. I'm not suggesting this, but could you miss class and still look up the notes online? No. Because you said you'd finished the thingy and you hadn't, so you had to. Okay, fair enough. The issue, Volt, is we're not really doing anything in class, right? Like, in terms of, like, class stuff, we're not, like, I don't know. Some people are following what's going on in class. I'm not really doing what's in class. Like, all my classes are, like, self-driven. I'm just doing my own thing, you know what I mean? So for the production, which is 32 hours, that's fully self-driven. There's no, like, you know what I mean? That one, you just, I don't know. It's just self-driven. There's no classes. There's no nothing. There is the occasional meetup with a teacher, but that's like twice a week we have it. So it's like for 30 minutes on the Tuesday, and then we have an hour, pretty much 30 minutes to an hour with a mentor on the Monday. And then, but then the two other classes that we do have with the teacher, like world design, I don't really do what they're doing in world design. I don't have the time to afford doing what they do in class. I have to work on my shit, otherwise I'm not going to make it in time. And then the portfolio, the teacher doesn't teach us anything. Like, it's fully self-driven, if that makes sense. Like, if you need help, you can ask the teacher for help, but it's fully self-driven, so you just kind of do it. Although I did end up having like another like 30-minute discussion with Augie about, I was explaining how I was approaching some texturing stuff in Painter, because I was explaining generators in Painter to Augie, and then I was explaining some like smart masking and then like plugins that you could get for Painter. That was kind of funny. Only actual class is a couple hours of world design, which we don't even, I don't even follow that one, yeah. Yeah, final year, pretty much all self-driven. Self-directed. But, I mean, you know, it is one of those things of, like, at this point, though, like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot that I could be taught. There's a lot of things that I don't know. Realistically, like, there's a heap that I don't know. If I knew everything, I would be already in the industry with a AAA, you know what I mean, higher. But at the same time, like, of what they're teaching us at the moment, it's either stuff that I already know, or it's another approach to something that I already know. You know what I mean? So, like, they were explaining, like, baking textures and making tilables, but I already know how to do that. They were explaining how to make a trim sheet. I mean, if they just explained what a trim sheet really was, I could have made a trim sheet, you know what I mean? Like, I still appreciate learning it. Like, there's some approaches that they explained that's kind of interesting, but it's not, like, enough for me to, like, spend 4 hours on and drop my assessment for, if that makes sense. So I kind of just, like, have it on the side, somewhat pay attention, but I'm more just focusing on my assessment. Yeah, that's why Vault, I can't start bloody Persona, because we're doing a job within thing. I don't got much thing. Does your campus offer internship? No. There's no internships really, like in general, New Zealand doesn't really have many internships. And then on top of that, there is, I think, a literal 0 internships in New Zealand for games. There's not enough job, there's not even, like, how do I put this? There's probably going to be like 40 to 60 people that are done by the end of this year. There will not be 40 to 60 jobs in the industry at the end of the year, if that makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, it's true. I really like the Tyler Ball. Yeah, the other thing was pretty fun. I didn't follow along with that one though, unfortunately. I really wanted to do the fish, and I was just like, but then also at the same time, that's when they said something about, I'm pretty sure that was when they mentioned that it was due this week, which ended up getting extended. But that's when they said it was due this week. I'm like, I'm not doing the Tyler Bullfish. I'm missing out. Obviously, it's become our OSTs because we all fight. Yeah. Frick you, Abe. It's my job opportunity. No, you and I wouldn't have. It is kind of fine because, of course, or you know what I mean? Of everyone, yeah. No. You gotta verse Amy. Rohi. Oh, nah, but she is working in a game right now, but doesn't really want to work in games. Maybe 3D modeling competition. That you'd beat me out, yeah. Meow. You're more organics. Yeah, we'll be tag team. Whenever I gotta do organic stuff, I'll pass it on to you. Because I hate organic stuff. Part of that is because I don't really like sculpting though. I'm not the biggest fan of sculpting. I just feel like we could have spent a bit more time learning to be more comfortable in sculpting. When we were being taught sculpting, it was a case of, okay, well, we'll give you like 2 weeks of learning how to sculpt, and then now you're going to follow along in class, and what you do in class is your assessment, because there's an assessment, and you only get like 2 hours of learning. 2 weeks of like learning before you start your assessment. And I'm like, fuck. Okay, now it's just stressful time. Yeah, the hard service. I do like hard service. Don't hate it, just get bored really easily. I think it depends on what I'm doing. I would say I'm getting incredibly bored with our game that I'm working on. That one I get bored on. I think it depends on the model. It depends on how much I care about it. Like, I care about our game and stuff a lot, but when there's like so much to do, it's just like, oh, I can't, man. I can't. I still get it done though. I still get it done, but it doesn't make me not bored. And day after day, yeah. Because I'm just remaking stuff. I am doing some more interesting stuff at the moment, so I'm kind of reworking a couple things, but it is getting kind of boring. This world design assessment was kind of boring me as well, because it's like, I think it's like rules, you know what I mean? When I have a shit ton of like rules, it kind of kills me a little bit. Now, I don't mind if it's like optimization rules, but when it's like arbitrary things, oh, you're only allowed 4 materials really, and I mean technically we're allowed more, we just won't be marked for more. But you know what I mean? And you have to use 2 tilables and either an atlas or a trim or 2 trims. To me, those are like arbitrary rules, and I disagree with them as well. So I just think it's stupid. Like my reference game that I'm referencing for this, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I was looking through their models. I could only find like 3 models that I could confidently say were probably trim sheeted. Probably. Everything has edgeware, baked AO. I'm not talking like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like baked into the texture. You know what I mean? Like grunge in the things, these sorts of things. That's stupid. So my reference thing isn't even using trim. Like, sure, this is super optimized, and I understand why we have to learn it. It's just at the same time, brother, it's 2025. Like, come on. I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's optimized, but at the same time, it's balanced. Like, I'm going for a realistic art style. If you're doing stylized, it does not really matter. I'm doing realistic, okay? And if I can't bake in grunge and this sort of shit, it's, I don't know. It's limiting me, you know? Let me out! Effectively. Tyler balls do make sense, though. Tyler balls do make sense. You see a lot of Tyler balls in games. Because at the very least, effectively every ground material is a Tyler ball. You're on, like, anything is a Tyler ball texture. That's a ground. Generally, there's very few that wouldn't be. It's just vert painting. Are we even doing a vert painting class? But no, I don't even think it's vert painting. Some games do vert painting, some don't. It depends. It's a time thing, right? Like, vert painting takes time. Is it worth vert painting? The time that it takes. And bear in mind, we better... yeah. Bear in also mind, vert painting significantly relies on the poly count. So, realistically, the more, like, environmental prop based it is, probably the less chances that you're using vert painting, because generally for like environment props you want them to be relatively low poly, like, you know what I mean, like they're probably like 1,000 to 2,000 tries to less than that. And having that, well, okay, so from my understanding of vert painting, because I've done a bit of vert painting, not for what we're trying to do, not texture vert painting, but for vert painting for actual, like, for actual stuff. I've done it for, like, VFX, I've done it for procedural placement, so you place stuff via vert painting and these sorts of things. You get heavily more benefits if it's a relatively higher poly model, you know what I mean? Because then you can actually paint it, you know what I mean? Like, if you're working with, like, 100 verts and it's over like a model, it's gonna, you know what I mean, you can't really use that for vert painting. You can use it for like walls and stuff like that pretty well, but for most models, I don't know, it's a balancing thing. Do you want to have a relatively high poly model, or it's similar to displacement except it's less bad? Displacement's a lot worse. Displacement requires a lot more, but also you don't see much displacement in games because of the performance cost. Because then you need a lot of geometry. And so the only way to get around that is therefore if you do optimizing. But if you optimize the meshes, it also reduces the quality of the vert painting. Think of it like this. I can give an example, right? Blender. I don't know too much about vert painting in Maya, but I have done a lot of vert painting in Blender. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. I might be able to give multiple examples here, actually. Although I am going to end stream soon because I've got to wake up for the meeting thing tomorrow. Alright, let me... We'll play... I'll run you through. We'll do the Seb quest tomorrow, I think. I think Dory's 100% probably still busy. Yeah. It's too late. So let's say there's this monkey, right? This monkey is 1,000 tries, okay? So still relatively high. Now, if I were to do... What? At 10:30? That is crazy, Dory. Dory is crazy. I just gotta remember which one's vert painting. Here we go. So this is vert painting here. Let me remember. This is different. Hold on. Hello? Oh, here we go. This is vert painting. Here we go. Got lost in it later. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. That'd probably be it. This is vert painting. So as you can see, although we have 1,000 tries, we don't have that much room. So everything that is white or grey, or okay, everything that's white is going to be one texture. Anything that's black is a second texture. Hey, Ruben. Anything that's grey is going to be merged between the two textures. You know what I mean? So I think the point that I'm getting at, when we only have this much wiggle room, this was 1,000 tries, which is still a reasonable amount, there's not much control. You have a little bit of control, but not much, right? That's my point. So unless we... So option 2... I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that. Yeah. So option 2 is running a subdiv. Maybe I shouldn't have optimized, but yeah. Well, I mean, you should optimize, but at the same time... So as you can see here, now we have significantly more. So now we can actually... This is fine for vertex painting, because we have enough control to the point where I can manipulate these, right? And I could probably change and do in-betweens and stuff like that, right? Like blur it and stuff like that, and you can get some real cool stuff, right? Very cool. However, okay, that's really annoying that I can't... I had to go object mode from here. Here we go. However, the other side of this is 15,000 tries. Now, of course, this isn't like the most optimized mesh in terms of where its poly count is, because we have quite a lot in the ears, for example. But my point being, the amount of tries we're working with. That's my point. That's why I say vertex painting is great, and it's very good for like walls and stuff like that, but for models, I don't know. Like, there are occasions for it, but at the same time, it's not like something that, like, everything's going to be out of years. Because, of course, if you have, like, a really, like, you know what I mean? If you have, like, really long triangles, right? If I, for example, went like this. So this is... Thanks for popping by, Volt. I hope you have a good one, Chief. And I hope to see you again at some point. Really good seeing you. Left triangle, yeah. I think we need it on walls and door. Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Although we're using that would be good to look into as well, actually, for us. But we're doing we have planes. We're just using planes and stuff. So here's something as an example of why you got to be careful. So this is an optimized mesh. Being whatever. This is you can see here. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just trying to. This show why. Because it's really dark. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. So you can see the geo here. Let's make sure I'm in paint mode. You can see here now, because some of these shapes, like, see how stretched they are. This is because it's optimized. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the mesh is optimized now to an extent. This isn't like fully optimized, but it's enough, right? Now you get real fucking wonky. Yeah. That's my spiel on vertex painting and why it's good on some occasions, but you also got to be careful on how you're applying it. I mean, if it's the same texture, just more like roughed up, yeah, that should be fine, yeah. But I've been dealing with, wow. You're finished your wig rates. Your wig. Oh. That's that time of the night, I guess. Rig weights. This is what I used to do, though, with my stuff. I'll show you what I used to do. Wig rates. This is what I used to do for my weight painting. I haven't done this sort of stuff in ages. This is something cool, actually. I want to try something because I haven't done this in ages. Actually, this is something that I haven't really explored in ages. Let me. Yeah. I'm basically restarting. Yeah, that's so depressing. I'm genuinely so sorry you gotta deal with that, though. I can't believe it scammed you like that. Okay, Ruben, you're just factually wrong there, okay, champ? You're factually wrong. Why did this turn yellow, though? Oh, right. Okay, these are the things. I wasn't even meant to do 8. Yeah, masochist, by the way. Alright, let me just do something basic here. I don't know, let's do something cool. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. This guy is what we call cope, by the way. Cope. He's coping. Oh, I don't know. Sure. Whatever. That works. Alright. So... Whatever. So... What I can do here... Yeah, remember. Now I was gonna... I do remember now that my performance is gonna probably tank. Vertex. Let's see. Yeah. When they're boning. So one thing that you can do, of course, is like paint stuff and whatnot. And probably like clear these. My PC. What's average? Is this what I want? I'm just trying to smoothen this border. My god. Dude, this isn't just slow for you guys, this is slow for me as well. That's kind of cool though. Not what I wanted though. Oh, right. Smear, the wrong thing. Oh, what is that? Evidently the wrong thing. Alright. This is gonna work. Okay. That'll have to do. I probably added too many polygons though. Okay. Object mode. Okay, here we go. So, in theory, I might be able to do this. This will be kind of cool. Oh, I mean, unless there's like a thing that we can do here. This could be cool though. I'd imagine you could go... did like a particle emitter. But from... how would I go about this? I haven't done this sort of stuff in ages. I mean, there's probably the other way that I could go about this, actually. I remove that particle emitter. I think Geoskater's got a pretty good one. I go like this, and then I choose scatter objects. Broken preset path. Quick scatter. Wait. Vertex group mask. No valid objects. This? I haven't done this thing in ages. Oh, here we go. Whoa. That's kind of cool though. Okay, this is a different vertex. Oh, this is using weight painting. Interesting. Same premise though. Okay. Hold on, we're cooking though. We're cooking. It's gonna make sense. Watch this. I think I probably shouldn't have done 8 million polys though. Alright, watch this. Object, apply, all transforms. Here we go. Look at this. This is why. Wait, vertex painting can be kind of cool though. This is what I used to do. Not this. I haven't actually done this though. But we can go like random scale and stuff. Like random rotation. And like distribution, maybe like 1. Or like 1. Like 3. Oh no, that's kinda cool. Like now we got some cool like, you know what I mean? Oh, that was a wrong button! Wait, my PC like freaks a little whenever I do that. That's kinda cool, eh? So I could have like trees or something, or stones or something for this. I guess that's probably pretty cool. I'd imagine. Okay, never mind. I thought that would adjust it. I thought it was an instance object, but I guess it's not instance when going about that. Maybe there's a way of approaching it, but I don't know. Oh, maybe what happens if I I don't know. I haven't done this before. I'm just making this shit up on the spot. Is that okay? So that's pretty cool. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Whoa! Look at this, dude. There's like a fucking Wukong fucking you know what I mean? Black Myth Wukong type of deal. That's kind of cool. Right. I don't know. I'm just mucking around at that point, but a little bit of fun stuff that you can do. There's some cool stuff that I've done. Very epic. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's all instance as well, so check this out. There's a lot of objects, but realistically, there's only 12 triangles. No, yeah, 12 tries in this whole scene. There's only 12 tries. It's because they're all instance objects. Very, very cool. So there's performance related stuff. So they only got the performance cost of 12 objects. Lovely. Not 12, not 12. Of 12 tries. Games have a little bit of instancing, but nothing crazy. You can, I think, like, with most stuff, like, with most, I think, like, vegetation. I think Unreal's vegetation scatter, and I think Unity's, if you use the default terrain stuff, I think is instance objects, but I don't know. I think that's actually a lie. I gotta be honest. When doing Unity's stuff, it was 100% not instanced, because it increases our poly count, overall scene poly count, which then therefore is 100% not instance. It's kind of stupid that it's not instance. There are pros and cons to instancing, but not really much with like those sorts of controls. There's not that many cons. The cons is that everything that's instant is exactly the same. So if you scale up one of the objects, they all scale up. However, you can set randomized scales and stuff to instance objects. So technically, no, I don't even know. Like you sort of saw with that how things were randomized. I don't know. Kind of cool. Anyway, I think I might end stream here now. It's like 11. You caught the end part of it, Ruben, unfortunately. Oh. Good news though. I think I've pretty much finished my world design. I'll show off my world design that I was working on earlier on stream, Ruben. Armor suit, yeah. No, I like the shadows I do. I don't know if you saw this. I was working on things. Hopefully warm tomorrow too. My watch, I was looking at my watch earlier today. It did say temperature's decreasing, but hopefully it is warm. Because it was, I don't know if it was out in Crazy Town, Ruben, where you were, but very surprised church, it was super warm. 20 degrees. Yeah. What was it that one Taika Waititi like film? What lurks in the shadows? Oh, I can't remember. There are some variants. And this wasn't even. This is so ironic. I was literally only going to make this because on my PureF, my rules was like very warm. My quenching drum. This kills my PC launching it. I think I just have way too many things going on. I got all these. I think I just have too much that it kills my PC a little bit. I was only going to do the quenching drum. And then I'm like, okay, well, obviously at that point, I've got to do a non-filled one. And then I also, this morning, worked on a workflow for doing cloth. Because one of my second text, I couldn't think of anything else for my second tileable. So my second tileable is now, this is called, I think like Jutta or something, or Jutta. This is low poly as well, like 700 tries, which is good. So you can still see here. Yeah, thank you. So worked well in my workflow. 700 tries I'm willing to drop on a bit of cloth. For cloth, that's actually quite good. The only thing that's disappointing me is I kind of wish I could have had this flat instead of it going in. Now, technically, it's more realistic, but I feel like I could have gotten better optimization if it was flat. But oh well. So I'm pretty much done, honestly, for that assessment. I gotta do a shelf and yeah. Fletchmet. Thank you. I gotta do a shelf, which will be genuinely like a fucking 10-minute job. I think I will spend more time setting up the stupid UVs, the stupid tile thing, which I hate setting up that. It should take so long, dude. Setting these up, this took me genuinely probably like 30 minutes to an hour setting up the stupid UVs, which is longer than it took to model like probably all these combined. And then that's just that. I gotta do a tong. 2 tong versions, I think. So, I don't know. One of those things. But, oh well. One of those things. Man. I gotta repair my earmuffs. My earmuffs broke today. Sucks. Pretty good. We showed off some more of the cannon. If you want to see what the cannon looks like, Ruben, check Teams. I did some more progress stuff there. And then not too much for the world design. I mean, I've got the assets required. I think technically speaking, unique asset wise, I think I'm at like probably 12 or 13 unique assets, not counting like similar or same assets. So I just gotta do, I think I'm aiming for like 15. It just gives me that leeway for if they're like, oh well, these are kind of basic, which some of them are. I have that leeway. And maybe I don't know, I should help. And then that's easy. And then I'm just gonna do the write-up for both of them, which I've pretty much finished the write-up for the world design. I have to start the write-up for the portfolio because I haven't done that. But I have so many things for that, so it's not even an issue for me. If we have to go back and take old progress pictures, not an issue for me. And then on top of that, I got like 3 progress and FBXs as well, so not an issue. Yeah. Anywho, okay, before I end stream, I want to do something, because I'm going to do this after stream anyway, so I'm going to do this on stream. I want to see what the... Oopsie, wrong thing. No shit. Let me blow my nose though. Holy moly. Okay, that's okay. I'm not gonna talk about it. Don't worry. You didn't miss anything. It's okay. As I was saying while I was muted, it's 4 hours in. Okay, to stream. I think that's representative of 4 hours in. So this is my first progress post? No, that's not. Is it? That's weird. Why do I have... Weird. This was not even that long ago. This was last week. Then what's the difference between that and this? Wait. Wait, so this was not long ago, because I only added that early today. Wait, what? No, never mind. Okay, so this must have been a little bit ago. This was like a week and maybe a bit. And then last week, I'm guessing? Wait, what am I doing, dude? It literally tells me when I posted this. So 21... Wait, how's this today? Oh, I remember. This was this morning. I was taking a picture this morning because the teacher, Augie, wanted to see where we're at. And then the 21st. So literally a week ago. So this was a week ago. And this was before I started today. I started doing that. That's all I'd done. You can sort of see where we're at. That was the only thing that I'd done in the morning. And then by the end of today, I really changed up this. This is a lot smoother. This is a lot smoother. Interesting. I overhauled the rope as well. Optimized. Very cool. This is still relatively low poly for some people's assets, honestly, on their portfolios. But, I mean, hell, the reference I'm using is for a game. I don't know if it's like... I don't think it was in a game, but the guy works on games. He's a game developer. So, like an artist. And this is what he's working with. All triangulated, of course, because it's full for games and stuff. That's like decimated though. But some of these are crazy. I don't know why they're so high poly. But yeah, you can sort of see. But like, yeah, you can tell like this is obviously for a game. You're not doing this for a non-game. I'm guessing this is like, I don't know what this is. Maybe like damage or something. But yeah. Compared to this, mine is very low poly. And it's still relatively high poly. Anyway, sorry, if thought that I'm just ending now. But thank you guys all for watching. Sorry, that I'm ending now. Tomorrow Hogwarts then. No Hogwarts today, sadly. No, we did do Hogwarts. We took a picture. Yeah, thank you all. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow or some other time. Laters.